Welcome to episode of Potion Sword Run. Regional C coming at you from my bedroom. Tommy Tellarico offered David Jaffe to be creative director at Intellivision for the Amico. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking and I won't let them in. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. I learned today on David Jaffe's podcast, Gabbing with Geeks, that he was offered by Tommy Tellarico to be creative director for the Amico games. But he refused because David Jaffe thought being creative director meant he can, direct the way the games are made. But Tommy insisted that he was also going to be involved in all the games as well. The way they're being made, music, and etc. So, David Jaffe refused. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear it from the man himself.
Speaking of a golden age, I was there, man, at the very fucking beginning. And I can tell you that, like, today's announcement that Atari is now buying Intellivision, I thought was pretty cool. In fact, when they brought me over to Amico, and it was such a weird thing. And I like Tommy. I'm not one of these Tommy haters at all. But Tommy didn't really know what he was asking me, because he brought me in and said, hey, what do you think about being creative director at Amico? And what I thought that meant was, okay, I would be having kind of a very hands-on with all the games, and maybe I could focus on a couple. And I was very much into, I want to do a remake of Microsurgeon. That would be so fucking cool. I have ideas for that, blah, blah, blah. But then Tommy makes it clear, he's like, I'm going to be involved in every game at a design level. And I'm like, well, why do you need me? And I was like, yeah, I'm not interested then. I'm glad I didn't join up, because it ended up, having a lot of challenges, and, it would have been a lot of time spent away from other things that would have actually happened, like doing the stream. But I feel for Tommy. I think he gets a bad rap when it comes to this. I'm a fan of the guy.
I don't know what's wrong with Tommy Tellarico. I don't know if his ego is so big that he has to be involved in everything, micromanage everything, instead of letting the people around him do their jobs. But he didn't know what he was doing, offering David Jaffe creative director, but yet he's the one that's going to be actually, directing the games, being involved in them. Also being CEO. Also being marketing. It just goes to show that Tommy was way over his head. Now, it seemed like he knew, what he wanted to do, trying to get the right people around him. Well, I don't know. David Jaffe, I like David Jaffe. He's a good game director and all that stuff. He's not, Tommy Tellarico's not trying to get the best around him. We see what he has. John Alvarado can't develop shit. Freaking Phil, all he's good at is getting rid of companies. So, I think what Tommy was thinking is trying to get all these big names, to jump on board and hoping the job would get done. But they saw Tommy for what he was. Like David Jaffe said, he likes Tommy, but, he's an amateur when it came to this. And that's why the whole Amico disaster became what it is, because Tommy didn't know what he was doing. He was just trying his best, but his best is scamming people. His best is lying to people and getting away with things, because before the internet happened, he could do that. But now you can just Google shit and find out who he really is or what he's really done. And this is, just a sad state of events now. But I just want to let you guys all know that David Jaffe was offered to be creative director of the games. And the thing is, David Jaffe was excited about it, excited about those old games and what, he could do with them. And those are the kind of people you want to have in your company, people who are excited about their products and what they can do. But Tommy being Tommy had to spoil it by being himself. That's going to do it for this episode. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.